Like I could do like a voice memo on my phone or like through my watch, but then again, it's also just taking me away from what I'm doing.
Right. Which is driving. But we live
For
in
sure.
India where deer are rampant menaces.
I almost hit a deer last night.
Dude, don't do that.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Oh, I know you didn't like lure the deer in front of your car and then floor the gas, but
Not this time, at least.
not this time. It's definitely happened. No. But just be careful, man.
I don't. It was just one of those moments, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh dear."
I hate you. Let's see. That's 2 minutes into the podcast. That might be a record for us.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Clever Boy. Nope. Welcome to this week's episode of the Garlic Boys, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats.
Like a good recipe, he really wants to get into that clever boy quiz, guys. Like a good recipe treats clever boys.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Clever Boy. No, Matt, shut up. No, he does the intro on the other show, and it's just as bad.
Excuse me?
Sorry, it's not the intro you have problems with.
Intros.
It's the outro you have problems.
Yeah, for sure.
Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. Yep. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
Hey, Boo Boo. Let's go get ourselves a picnic basket.
Not once did we mention Yogi Bear last time. Not once.
However, we did mention the Bears, and it counts.
This is the farthest reach you've ever done.
No, I don't.
This is horrible.
It's a far.
When did we mention Bears?
We were talking about sports teams. You said something about the Bears playing.
I didn't.
You 100% did, because I listened to it an hour before we started recording to get my name for this week. You said how you were watching a game, like maybe a preseason game with the Bears and someone else.
It's the Browns.
I'm 100% positive you said Bears.
No, because it was the Cincinnati Browns, because they were also
Cincinnati Browns, the Cleveland Browns.
Whatever. They were also in the process of moving down to Baltimore at the time before they became the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, we can fact check that, but I'm almost positive you said Bears. And even so, the Bears are a football team in some way, shape, or form, so it counts. We talked about football, therefore the Bears are a football team. Therefore, Yogi Bear is a bear.
Also, I don't believe the Bears are a football team.
I'm pretty sure the Bears are a football team, aren't they?
I don't think
Bears,
they are.
Football. Chicago Bears. Football team. Baby.
Never heard of it.
Lies. Chicago Bears. Chicago, Illinois, baby. Illinois. Did I say Illinois?
Illinois? Really?
Please kill me. I want to die. Illinois. Illinoising is that state spelling.
So are you. The Chicago... No, because it's the Cubs.
I literally just looked it up.
The Chicago Cubs.
Cubs is a baseball team.
No.
Yeah. Cubs. Chicago Cubs baseball team. I know you can't really see that, but it says baseball team. How do I know this? I shouldn't be the one to know this. You're the sports quizzer. I shouldn't know any of this.
You know why you do know it?
Because of your dumb, stupid quizzes. That's why.
Because you're learning, and I'm proud of you.
Speaking of football.
Speaking of footballs, gotta remember to text y'all when we want to do the draft.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because we've expanded our fantasy league.
Yes, which is crazy. Last year, Last year we had 3.5. I'm saying that very generously. We had three and a
Even
half.
even Josh knows he did poorly last year.
Kind of gave up halfway through.
When
We
I
had
text, go
three and a
ahead.
half. We had 3.5 people. This year we have a full eight player roster. It's pretty crazy. Big jump. I'm also on a second fantasy football team, which I never thought I'd say in my entire life. I'm in 2 now.
I tried to join a second, but I couldn't get the link to work, so I'm only doing this one. But when I texted you and Courtney the same day, and I texted Josh as well, and he was like, "Yeah, I do want to do it, and I actually am going to participate this time and try and take it seriously."
I really hope so.
But it's the 4 of us again.
Mhm.
Courtney's boyfriend.
Just to be clear, I won last year. So
On a technicality,
not really. I was projected to win regardless of if it got canceled or not. I was projected to win. So
I was projected to win no matter if a player technically died on the field, and that's why the game was called.
Listen, I'll take what I can get.
You can claim that right now, because I will tell you, Courtney has already told me I won last year, and it only doesn't count because someone
That
died
is
on the
such
field.
BS. She did not win. Okay, we need to move on. What you were saying? You were saying something. The other players.
It's the 4 of us again, and then one of my coworkers, who's named RC. His friend Harry, who I've met and hung out with, who's a very cool guy. Courtney's boyfriend Brandon, and our friend from college, Christina.
Yes, I did see that. I was very excited to see that we actually had somebody else that I knew on there besides me, you, and Courtney.
You know Josh. You've met Josh several times.
A couple times. I honestly, sorry, Josh, if you're listening. I don't know which friend of yours he is. I have all of your friends' names and faces in my head, but they're separate. They're in 2 separate boxes. I don't know how to mix those.
You know what? That's gonna be a fun quiz.
Oh no, it's not. The only one,
Matt. Who is this?
It's amazing that I remembered Corey's name. I've met Corey, and obviously we were doing the other podcast together. So I've spent a lot of time, whether it be online or at Comic-Con, which you didn't go to, together with Corey. So I know Corey and Morgan pretty well now. We're blood siblings now.
Are you?
Yeah, we cut our hands open and did the shake where our blood's transfused, and yeah, blood siblings. All 3 of us. Now we just gotta get you and Sean in and do it. We'll be good.
All 5 of us do a blood sacrifice together.
We do blood and spit. We just cut our hands open, spit into it, and then do a handshake.
It was really funny when I asked Christina to do it. She was like, I have no idea how to do fantasy football, right? I was like, neither do we. She goes, I also have no money. I was like, neither do we. It's fine.
Yeah, it's for fun. We're not doing money. And I don't know anything about football either last year. So
it's so funny though, because I was like, she knows probably more about football than any of us except maybe RC and Harry.
Oh, great. So we're gonna have RC and Harry just wreck us the whole time. That's great.
Pretty much, probably. But as long as you keep cheating with using your one guy at work.
Actually, I was going to use him to do everything. So
oh, for sure, I knew that was going to happen. You're not slick.
I wasn't trying to be. I'm very honest about my cheating.
And honestly, it's not a bad idea. I've thought about it. Asking someone else.
It's getting a consultant. That's not cheating.
In fairness, I did text Courtney's dad last year and was like, hey, is this a good player to get?
Oh, I remember, because you guys did a little swapperoo thing that I was like, I was very upset about that, but it's okay.
Because you wanted that player.
Yeah. I actually think it was a team. Wasn't it a defense?
I think it was a defense, yeah.
Regardless, it was not very cool.
But it was clever.
Clever. I was clever once. Sorry, we're not getting into that again.
In fairness, anytime someone says crazy, I immediately go, crazy.
Crazy,
one.
gay, and clever. All three of them every time.
Funny. I was funny once. It's time for this week's Clever Boy quiz. I am number one. Or we are number one.
I don't know.
That's what that song is.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool.
How dare you not remember? So this week's quiz, I got two names for it, and I don't even know which one it is.
Let's put it to a vote. Let's put it to a vote.
We got a villainously good quiz.
Oh, okay. Probably like DC villains, I would assume.
Good quiz. Clever boy, good quiz. Oh no, I lost it. All right, fine. Looks like we're gonna go with villainously good. I literally just woke up like maybe
not
20 minutes ago.
Not the clever boy quiz you needed, but the clever boy quiz you deserved.
Why do you think it's Batman?
I didn't think it was Batman. I thought it was DC villains, but
what gave it away?
All of the Batman villains behind you, I would venture to guess.
Well, what would you call them?
There actually is a Rogues Gallery, isn't it?
Batman's Rogues Gallery. This is Batman's Rogues Gallery. And you should take it as a point that I'm showing you Batman's Rogues Gallery, that Batman will not be one of the heroes you're guessing today.
Oh, I'm guessing heroes?
Yes. So, this quiz is going to be similarly formatted to when you had to try and guess the movie from the cast. However, you are guessing the hero from the Rogues.
Okay.
And also, because the last time we did this, it took the entire episode.
Right.
I'm only asking you 5.
That's fair. So because of universes, the DC universe, the Marvel universe, and other universes that I'm not going to name because there's too many. How are we going to do that? Because, like, obviously, some of these villains behind you, for example, have fought other heroes.
True.
You know, like the members of the Sinister Six have also fought other heroes. So, like, is it just like who the main hero is for those villains? Like, obviously,
yes,
mainly Batman's villains,
right?
Even though they have fought other characters within the universe.
Correct.
Okay.
So I have made it very simple for you because you are going to be guessing DC heroes specifically this time.
Okay. All right.
And I have gone least likely for you to know the villain to most likely. So the far out there one, that's 5 points. The one that's basically an arch nemesis,
I see what you're saying.
1 point.
So you're gonna name several villains for one hero, and then, like, based on when I get it, that's what the points I get.
Yes,
so
there are 25
that I have to guess.
Yes, there's 25 total points on offer. If you score 20, you win.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of points, but I get it.
Superheroes are more your thing.
Yeah, not DC though.
You want to go 18?
No. 20 is fine. 20 is fine. We'll do 20. It's just I only have 5 points to lose. So if I get the first question, if I only get 1 point, then I'm essentially screwed. I got this. I'm confident.
I'll go to 18.
No.
I'll go to 18.
I'm okay with 20, actually. It's a little bit of a challenge, you know.
Okay. Like I said, these are specifically from the Wikipedia pages of these heroes. And it says these are their villains.
What's the protocol if I guess wrong? Do you just go to the next one?
You get one guess, I go to the next one.
Okay.
Just like the last time. Now, I will say, this first one does have a little bit of a caveat because it is not a specific character. It's a character title. But they all basically fight the same thing.
I see what you're saying.
Okay. Number 1, the Javelin.
Never heard of that one before. DC heroes. I'm gonna start. I only have one guess right now. One chance, and if I get it wrong, then I get it wrong. Javelin. I'm thinking because that could be anybody. Seriously, anybody. I'm going with the Justice League, but I'm gonna go with that's the main heroes in the DC universe. So that's what I'm gonna go with. And there's other heroes, but like the ones that people know are the Justice League. So I'm gonna start with that and go with Flash. Final answer.
For 4 points.
Okay.
The Tattooed Man.
What? Okay. Tattooed Man. Who comes up with these heroes? DC writers, that's who. Batman.
Well, before you say final answer, I would like to remind you that I did say it's not Batman earlier.
Oh, you said there's no Batman at all. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You are correct. Think of other heroes, Matt.
Also, if you'd like, I can give you a description that Wikipedia gives of the character.
I don't know if it would help a ton, given I've never heard of these villains ever in my life. Let's go with Javelin Tattooed Man. Wasn't a Flash. Doesn't sound like his villain. Budge. Green Arrow. Final answer.
Final answer.
That sounds like a pretty decent. Yeah, final answer.
For 3 points.
Dang it!
Parallax.
Ooh, now it's starting to sound like Green Lantern villains. I'm going to go with Green Lantern.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct.
The Tattooed Man and the Javelin I could kind of see.
So the Javelin of if you remember back to the Suicide Squad was Flula Borg's character, who just carries around a javelin. The Javelin's true identity has never been revealed, but it is known that he is a former German Olympic athlete who turned to a life of crime using his uncanny abilities with the javelin-based weapons arsenal.
When I think of Green Lantern villains, I think that's why I'm struggling with it. When I think of Green Lantern villains, I think of like the other lanterns, like the Yellow Lanterns being one of the
right. I thought that'd be too easy.
Right. Oh yeah.
Which is why they were the 2 point and the 1 point of Atrocitus and Sinestro.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I definitely would have guessed it then.
The Tattooed Man is actually a very fun character to me. His name is John Oakes, a former cellmate of Abel Tarnett, who is able to learn the art of mystical skin grafting, allowing him to open gateways and absorb people into the tattoos on his body.
That's pretty cool.
Yes. Parallax, of course, which is the basically the embodiment of fear. And it merges with Hal Jordan at one point where he entered the battery of Oa. Atrocitus is the creator and leader of the Red Lanterns. Sinestro is the creator and leader of the Sinestro Corps.
Red Lantern is rage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yellow is
fear. Red is rage, yellow is fear, orange is greed, green is willpower, blue is hope, indigo is compassion, and scarlet sapphires are love.
Nice.
That is the emotional spectrum. And then you also have
there's like white and black ones too, isn't there?
The Black Lanterns are like basically they have control over death. White Lanterns have control over life. It's very convoluted, but a fun storyline.
a lot of stuff there, and especially never having read a single DC comic. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Alrighty. You ready for your second hero?
Ready for my second.
All right. For 5 points, Girder.
What? Is that like Girl Surtur?
No.
That would have been good. That would have been good because then I could have just. There's not really a. Oh, I guess there's not really like a Thor of the DC universe. Well, there might be, but Girder. Wonder Woman. Final answer.
For 4 points,
Yeah, that's fair.
Dr. Alchemy.
Ooh, Dr. Alchemy. Gosh, I wish I knew DC superheroes more than I do right now. Dr. Alchemy. I don't know. Let's just start naming random superheroes. Flash. Final answer.
Final answer.
That's the one. I know it.
You know, I know that was completely a guess.
Yeah, it was really.
And it's annoying you got it right.
Yeah, I know it is.
Yes. So Girder is a giant metal guy, basically.
Nice.
Dr. Alchemy. I'm not sure about him in the comics, but in the TV show, he was played by Tom Felton and was the person that was creating the villains that were from the Flashpoint universe and bringing them into the new universe that Barry made, which is how we got Wally West, as well as a few other different villains.
Very fascinating.
Our next few that we had were the Trickster, Captain Cold, and then Reverse Flash.
Yeah, those would have definitely got it. But again, that's why they're 2 and 1.
Alrighty. You ready for number 3?
I am ready. Halfway there.
For 5 points, Giganta.
Giganta. What hero is that? Giganta. Ant-Man. I'm just kidding. That's totally a joke because
Final answer.
No. Giganta. Who does Giganta sound like? Would be the hero facing Giganta. Sort of sounds if she is abnormally large or can grow, and it sounds like she. Sorry, this is a little bit, but Giganta. A's usually have a feminine context, so that's what I'm going off of here. So sort of supernatural sounding is what I'm going off of. So I'm going to go with either Wonder Woman. Yeah, let's go with Wonder Woman. It's 5 points. If I lose it, then I lose it.
Right. Final answer then?
You're too eager about this. Yeah, final answer. Question, real quick before you answer that. Are there, it's still my final answer. But are there repeats in heroes at all, or is it all 5 different heroes?
All 5 different heroes.
Okay. That's what I wanted to. Okay.
And you just lucked into that one again.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh, my Lord.
You ready for the explanation of Giganta?
Yes.
Giganta was originally a gorilla who was super evolved into a woman by Professor Zool. Her modern-day version is Dr. Doris Zool, a medical doctor suffering from a fatal disease who hoped to transfer her life essence into Wonder Woman. When Wonder Girl foiled her attempt, her essence was placed into a gorilla. She then transformed her essence into Olga, a circus strong woman. Post Crisis on Infinite Earths, she has the power to grow into a gigantic size. So the next few villains for Wonder Woman were going to be Dr. Psycho, who, if you've ever watched the Harley Quinn cartoon on Max now, I think is what it's called.
He's the one that called her a bad word, and he is now exiled and canceled as a villain.
Exactly. And then for 3 points, you have Circe, Greek sorceress, then Ares, and then the cheetah.
Nice. You're so mad that I got it.
No, it's fine. No, it's good because there is a little bit of like, I wanted you to be able to guess it, but like that one I shouldn't have done a female character straight off the bat because then
I wouldn't have I didn't automatically say Wonder Woman because the two that I was thinking, as far as we've already used the Flash. So the only two that I could think of as far as like supernatural-ish stuff would be like Wonder Woman, Shazam, and maybe like the Martian Manhunter or something.
He's an alien.
Right. But like Giganta could be the name that humans give an alien. I don't know.
Very true. Is that meatloaf, corn, and mashed potatoes?
Meatloaf, corn, and mashed potatoes, baby. I'm gonna eat it on the podcast because I'm hungry.
I'm sorry. Are you about to eat those mashed potatoes dry?
They have butter on them. See?
Okay. Butter. Okay. I didn't see the butter. This man is gonna just eat some dry mashed potatoes.
What? No. He just thought I was gonna eat the mashed potatoes dry, so he was concerned for me.
It's right to be concerned. The mashed potatoes can get gunked in your throat. You need something to help get it down. Yeah. That's why butter and gravy are helpful.
Or ketchup.
Nope. We're moving on.
I knew that'd get to you.
Okay. No, I'm going to stick on this real quick for one question. Is there ketchup on your meatloaf?
So I watched her make it. Usually my mom makes it with ketchup mixture on the top.
Right.
I don't know what she uses. Ketchup and a couple other things. But Mia made it. She put ketchup when she mixed the meat with the breadcrumbs and the stuff like that. So she did some ketchup. And then she made like a tomato soup thing that she cooked it in. I've never seen it done before, but it's really good, honestly.
Speaking of which, I'm going to go get my food. It just arrived.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll be right back.
Same time.
All right, I am back from getting my dinner, which is very good. But let's move on with the quiz. So, hero number 4.
We're only on 4? I thought we were on 5 already.
No, it's 4 out of 5. We're good.
Okay.
Your first, for 5 points, is the Scavenger.
The Scavenger. Ooh, that sounds like a fun hero or fun villain. Okay, so far, we've had Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. Were those the 3, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so we have other heroes somewhere in this list, Batman not included, which kind of stinks because I love Batman, and it's fair. That's why you did it, because I would have known most of them. Excuse me. Soda will do that to you. The Scavenger. I don't even know who that sounds like. I've said Green Arrow multiple times, and I kind of want to say Green Arrow again, so I'm going to. Green Arrow. Final answer.
For 4 points.
Boo.
Siren.
Siren. Ooh. This sounds like a certain bird character, possibly, because I'm gonna go with it, just because I'm not sure, but Black Canary.
Final answer?
It sounds like a pretty good guess, because it sounds like they have opposing powers. Yes, final answer.
For 3 points.
Okay.
The Dead King Atlan.
Ooh, is this Aquaman? Yeah, I'm gonna go Aquaman. Final answer, yeah. You get that itch?
Yeah, my ear just got really itchy. Sorry. Matt, that is correct.
Oh, yeah.
Was it that Atlan is the
Yes.
first syllable of Atlantis?
Yes, that's what did it for me. Siren, and what was the first one?
The Scavenger.
Oh, yeah. Definitely wouldn't have gotten that at all.
Let me look those up.
Never heard of any of those. Siren, though. Ocean-themed Siren. That sounds
right.
That would have been a dead giveaway if I would have thought of Aquaman.
How could you forget of Aquaman?
I hate Aquaman. I like Aquaman. Aquaman has good qualities. He gets a lot of hate. Shouldn't get that hate entirely, but not my favorite hero of the bunch.
A scavenger who was an old enemy of Aquaman before his days in the Justice League. After Atlantis is revealing itself to the world, Peter Mortimer would resurface on the underworld stage, having acquired numerous Soviet-era subs for the purposes of collecting and selling Atlantean weaponry, scrounged up from the prior conflict, and selling them to the highest bidder, with the intent of one day claim Atlantis as his own. That was the scavenger. The Siren is Mira's twin sister who trained alongside their father, the king of the oceanic panel colonies Zebel, to kill Aquaman. Ooh. He who would be the king of their hated enemy Atlantis. Later leading a new mission to kill Orin when her sister failed by using an elude accomplice, Black Manta, where the two would scheme to open up the Bermuda Triangle, which keeps her people imprisoned, to storm out and conquer both Atlantis and the surface world using David's son, Jackson Hyde.
Mira is the one played by She Who Will Not Be Named?
Yes, Mira is Aquaman's wife.
Gotcha.
The next two characters would have been Ocean Master and Black Manta.
Yeah. Gotcha. I've never heard of any one of those villains except for Black Manta.
Ocean Master is King Orin, his half brother.
Definitely would have given it away. Ocean Master, I would have figured would be Aquaman, but that's fair. Okay.
Alrighty. You ready for your last one?
Ready for my last one.
This is the hardest one. All right. For 5 points. Atlas.
Atlas. Ooh. Atlas. Kind of. We've already done Wonder Woman. It would have been my Wonder Woman. Like, I would have guessed Wonder Woman 100% on this one. Atlas, as Greek nerds will know, is the Titan who holds up the world. Kind of sounds like it could be, Shazam. I'm going to go Shazam, final answer.
For 4 points.
Okay.
For 4 points. Mongal.
Mongal? What?
I know, right?
Yeah, this ain't easy. I'm trying to think of other heroes. Supergirl.
Final answer.
Final answer.
For 3 points.
Okay.
Solomon Grundy.
Okay. 97% positive that is part of the Batman universe. But you did say it wasn't Batman. You didn't say it was. You didn't say that it couldn't be any of the Batman cohorts, right? So I mean, there's so many though. There's a bunch of different Robins, but like with the Green Lantern, I think Robin would suffice if I was saying Robin, right? There's
Typically, yes, but since each of them also has a different code name.
Well, some of them do, not all of them.
The only one that doesn't is Damian Wayne.
I thought they all went by Robin.
At one point, they all do, but they also have
Right.
different titles.
The only ones I know are Nightwing and the Red Hood.
Then you have the Red Robin, which is Tim Drake. Stephanie Brown is also Spoiler. And then you have Damian Wayne. There's a bunch of other different ones, like Duke is Duke Wilson, I think is his name, is Signal. But he technically was never a Robin. There's Casey something that was the Robin in the Dark Knight Rises.
Batman's
Dark Knight Returns. But the one that when we think of nowadays as Robin is Damian Wayne. At least in the main continuity of comics.
Yeah, I think of the one from Teen Titans, which I don't think is Damian Wayne, is it? It's Tim Drake.
They never actually say which one he is.
Oh, they don't.
But in an episode where Starfire goes to the future, Robin is now in a Nightwing costume.
Ooh, okay. That is Tim Drake, isn't it?
That is Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson. Listen, I don't know. Again, Batman has a problem.
Dude, I literally just said Tim Drake is Red Robin.
I wasn't listening, if I'm being 100% honest. You were talking about how many Robins there are and what their different names are, and why would I listen to that? That's a lot of names. Listen.
Can you give me an answer?
When you're me, I will in a second. When you're me, you have to know what to retain and what you know you will retain and what you won't retain. I know for a fact that I will not retain which Robin is which pseudonym. So I just didn't listen. I'm sorry. Solomon Grundy. I know he has appeared as a Batman. Again, we have established that is not a villain or a hero we're going for. So I'm going to go with Nightwing. I'm just going to go with Nightwing.
Final answer?
Final answer.
For 2 points.
Dang it.
Manchester Black.
I've heard of this villain. I do not know whose villain this is. I'm probably going down the wrong rabbit hole, and maybe I'll recognize it whenever I hear the arch nemesis character. But I'm gonna go with just another Robin and go with the Red Hood. Is the Red Hood a hero? Is he considered a hero?
Anti-hero.
Don't like that. Okay, fine. Red Hood.
Final answer?
Final answer.
For 1 point. The Toy Man.
The Toy Man. This is like the arch nemesis of the character?
This one I switched it up a little bit. I did tell you this was going to be a little harder because I couldn't use any of the main characters from this hero because their villains are some of the most iconic, and so I had to go a little deeper to have it actually have a level of difficulty.
Is this Superman? I have no idea. I might just have to get this one wrong. Superman, final answer.
Matt, that is correct.
What? Okay, that's fine.
Superman's villains are some of the most iconic.
Mm-hmm.
So even like his lesser known ones, like Parasite, I'm pretty sure most people know that that's a Superman villain.
Right.
Or at least they know Supergirl faced him, so they probably can guess maybe Superman.
Right.
And so I wanted to do something a little bit more out there for it.
That's fair.
So, tallying up your score, you have 16 points. However, as always, you do have one more opportunity for a bonus.
I do I? Woohoo!
Knowing that I was being a little devious with the Superman, I'm going to give you a chance by telling you a more famous Superman villain.
Okay.
All you have to do, spell their name.
Mixes Pidlick, isn't it? I hate you so much.
It is not Mr. Pixlick.
Okay.
It is Mr. Pixlick.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot he had a title.
Yes. He's not he is a imp from the fifth dimension. While you're thinking, I'm going to explain this to the audience, so you don't listen to this, just focus. He's an imp from the fifth dimension, and he possesses 9 limitless reality-bending powers, which he often uses to pose challenges to Superman for his own amusement. The only way to defeat him is by having him say his name backwards, but anytime you have him do it, he cannot do it again. In the Adventures of Superman cartoon in the 90s, it's a fun sort of challenge for Superman by having him say it write it in the mirror at one point, or doing the crossword puzzle at work, or even writing it in the sky with rocket smoke. He was also voiced by Gilbert Gottfried, and it's hysterical. So, Matt.
Quick pause because I'm stalling. I don't know how to spell his name. Have you seen the new Superman anime?
I like it a lot.
I haven't watched it yet. Mia really wants to watch it.
You should watch it.
But he comes in at one point. I saw it in like the trailer.
Yes.
And it looks amazing. I want to watch that show so bad.
Jack Quaid plays Superman.
Does he really? Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Okay. Let's get this going. I remember when I was doing books, the coloring books, activity books, I guess you could call them. This character would come up. I would so quickly just like flip to the next page. I'm like, I do not want to, I don't even want to begin to understand how to pronounce that. Okay. So, Mr. I don't know if you're going to be that pedantic, but I'm going to go MR for Mr. period. Or MISTER. You know, whichever fancy you want to take. And then it's so many different letters that should not go together and do not go together. Pretty sure when they were writing this character, they just did tippity tappity tap on the keyboard and pulled together this guy.
Well, there is one common theme throughout the letters. None of them are technically vowels.
Yeah, there's a couple Y's in there, which is sometimes vowel.
Sure, a couple.
Is there only one? I thought there were.
All right, Matt, we gotta go.
Yeah. MX. I already did the Mr. part. Don't come at me. MX. YZ. MXYZ. That sounds kind of right. PTLK. That feels right. I'm gonna go with that. There's no real good way of going about this.
With how you're feeling right now, if you were going to wager points, how many points would you wager?
I'm at 16, so I need to at least wager 4, right? To win the thing. But in reality, I have nothing left to lose.
Let's say this. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you?
See, confidence is tricky because mine is always at a 0. So, let's go 70% confident because that's a decent number to be confident at, and it sounds right. I know those letters, or at least most of those letters, are in there. It's just the order at which they are in is the problem. So I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. So maybe I'll wager 7 points. There you go.
MISTER.
Yeah. Okay.
MXYZPTLK.
Did I actually get it right?
Matt, that is correct.
What?
That's gonna be that moment there is gonna be fun visually for the viewers because you just made the same face the ghost is making.
I did.
Matt, and you wagered 7 points, which means you got 23 points, and you win.
Huh.
Which brings your total wins right now to 14.
Okay. Cool. That's a good set of wins. Do you have a name for this one?
Yeah, I definitely have one. And we're not going to have to spend any time through the show because I want you to do an actual topic so that this doesn't become just another Clever Boy episode. And so why don't you get into your topic?
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell you at the end what your new title is.
Okay. So Connor, tell me, where are you from?
No, there's still one in there. Rabbi. She started doing this to me as I moved the crab ragoon away. And it's like, no.
So Connor, tell me, where are you from?
I believe we've discussed before that I am from Pennsylvania. A little town in Pennsylvania called Pittsburgh.
Wow, little town, yeah.
And right outside of Pittsburgh, there's another town, but I'm not going to dox myself, so we'll just say Pittsburgh.
I've doxed myself plenty of times.
Fine, I'm from Penn Hills.
Well, okay. Yeah.
My address is.
So they're in Pittsburgh. We'll just generalize it a little bit. So they're in Pittsburgh, a pretty small town, I would say. Do you have a lot of ghosts there in Pittsburgh?
I would if ghosts were real.
That's exactly what I was hoping you were gonna say.
Because there's only one real ghost, Matt.
The Holy Ghost.
Father, Son, Holy Ghost.
So both of us being staunch non-ghost believers, how fun do you think it would be if we started a YouTube channel, another YouTube channel, or just a YouTube series of videos of ghost adventures with Matt and Connor and sometimes other people?
I think it would be fun. There is a danger of it being a little too close to what the guys at Watcher do.
Right. Which
because the one guy, and I cannot remember his name,
Ryan and Shane.
Ryan does not like, he fully is in, like, he believes ghosts are real.
Right.
He hates every moment of it. Shane verbally has challenged ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, that's why
I'm on your bridge, goat man. What are you gonna do about it?
That's why I think it would be different enough to be good, because both of us are staunch non-believers in ghosts. So it would just be two Shanes, two Shaniacs on that bridge, calling out the goat man. I think it would be fun. Listen, I think it would be a lot of fun. I think it'd be great to go into some of the most haunted places on the planet, and put up a couple fingers that we will not name because it's a PG family podcast.
I love watching ghost shows because they're always like, if there's anyone in this house, make a noise. And then you'll hear like a creak and they're like, oh my God, like, you're in on 1,000-year-old home. What do you think is going to happen?
Or my favorite things that they use are the whatever they're called. I don't care enough. That go through radio frequencies.
Spirit box.
Thank you. They use a spirit box. Yeah, no, that's right. Now that I think about it, now that you say it. So when they use a spirit box that goes through radio frequencies, what are the chances that it'll hit a frequency that's saying something? Pretty high, because they're radio frequencies, and that's how radio frequencies work. People play things on radio frequencies. And most of the time, whenever do you remember the one thing that went viral a couple years ago that was like, it was like Stanley forward, and then like if you listen to it again, you could hear another
Stanley and Yelnaz or something like that.
I think that's
Laurel, like the Laurel and like
Laurel and Yanny.
Yeah, Laurel and Yanny.
That's what it was. Yes.
Stanley and Yelnats is from Haux.
Yeah, Stanley Yelnats is the palindromic character from Haux. But yeah, it was Laurel and Yanny. Some people heard Laurel, some people heard Yanny, which are two very different words. But you could be influenced very, very easily by putting words on the screen. So if you read Laurel while you were listening to it, you would most likely hear Laurel. Unless you were trying really hard not to, or lying. And if you saw Yanny, then obviously the opposite was true. So like when Ghost Adventures do stuff like that on TV shows, they always put the subtitles in there to make sure you know that's exactly what they said.
Well, what they're doing is
purpose.
What they're doing is the same thing that people do when it's like, oh, let's make fun of like misunderstood lyrics.
Yeah.
And so like they'll put like what I hear on the card, and then you start hearing it.
Yes.
And so like, oh, I don't. You know how like in Rebels, Chopper will say something, and it kind of sounds like the words because Dave Filoni's actually saying things.
You're going to talk about the new show? Is that what
yeah?
Because I could hear exactly what he was saying, even though he wasn't
right.
Words. Did you go through my stuff? No.
Chopper, did you finally watch it?
Yes, I watched it.
Okay, I didn't want to spoil it because I know you and Mia were waiting. But like you can hear him saying what he's saying, and so like that's basically what they would do with the ghost recordings.
Right. It's unintelligible jumbo, based on random noises that you hear on AM frequencies, which are I think it was AM frequencies, but frequencies that can possibly be used by other people. So I just listen. I think it would be a lot of fun to have two non-believers go in there and screw around with some ghosts.
Ghost hoax.
Ghost hoax. That's good. I was thinking we could like keep TGB but be the Ghost Boys.
I like that actually. It would be fun because I do know people that are like truly in like believers of ghosts. I think were you the one that Riley and I had we had an argument with her of how like she fully believes ghosts are real?
It's possible. I've argued with a lot of people. No offense to anybody who I've argued with. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't remember your argument. That wasn't special to me.
Listen, when you argue with a lot of people about certain things, okay. We know this. I've talked about this on the show. I was a pretty terrible human being for a couple of years. And not to get too much into that, but like I would actively like argue with people because I don't know, maybe I wanted to feel right, or maybe I just thought I was right. It was like an egotistical thing, even though I, all that jazz. I felt like I just had to be right about the thing that I believe, rather than just accepting that other different views, stuff like that. So I argued with a lot of people. Sorry if I don't remember the arguments that we had.
Yeah, I also like arguing people for fun, just because I find like having a differing opinion than somebody else, especially when they fully believe in that opinion, can cause some really fun arguments.
Oh yeah, you can argue over the dumbest things when you are in that mindset. Like you can argue over cottage cheese, for example.
Well, and like sometimes I don't even fully believe in what I'm arguing. I'm just arguing because I'm getting the reaction that I want.
Because it's fun, yeah. You're an instigator, is what you are.
Right.
Oh, that's great. My mom doesn't like losing in games. Like she despises losing in games. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening to this.
Oh, she fully does. I will say it too. Kelly is the sorest loser I've ever met.
She is. And what? Yeah, but it's true. She's very, very does not like losing games. My mom, not you. Okay.
I will say Mia is a very gracious loser.
Mia does lose pretty well sometimes.
I mean, anytime we've played a game, she's lost. So, but
she said I'm sleeping on the couch. But regardless, but it's fun to make my mom lose, like actively sabotage her, because I get the reaction that I want, because she gets very upset.
I still remember New Year's this year when we were playing is it Headbands? Is that what we were playing?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I don't think that was
Oh no, it was the one like Mushmouth or something like that. It was
the one where you put the thing in your mouth?
No, what was it? It was where like there was a few words on there, but like the words are supposed to sound like something else.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The original is like called Mad Gab, but then it's not called that. You're talking about though. It's where it's spelled differently, and you're like saying words, and when you say them, fast enough, it sounds like other words, like another sentence.
Is it called What Are You Talking About?
I don't know, honestly.
That sounds right, but who knows at this point with us?
Yeah, honestly, we've played so many different games, and there's so many games that are like essentially the same game.
But anyways, we were playing whatever this game was against your parents and their friends, and it was the three of us, you, me, and Mia.
Mm-hmm.
And we were destroying. Like, you and I were on like a frequency that was unmatched. You and Mia were straight at it with each other. And even Mia and I were getting into a rhythm with it.
Incoherent, I believe is what it was called. That's
Gotcha.
the newer ones. That's that game.
But your parents and their friends, I think we doubled their score.
Yeah, they weren't very good. And it doesn't help that my dad is very hard at hearing, so he was struggling with that the whole time. Yeah.
But the point of what we were getting at is like, your mom was so mad at us.
Just because we were good at the game.
It was so funny though. It was so much fun to win.
Can I ask you 2 questions?
Sure.
First of all, in the top right corner of your screen,
the skull face.
Yeah, who's that?
The Phantasm, Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh, Batman. Oh, yeah. I've heard of that one, haven't watched it. Is in the other corner, is that Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze?
Yes.
Who's the kid in the bottom?
That's not a kid.
Are you sure?
That's Talia al Ghul from The Dark Knight Rises.
It looks like a kid.
Yeah, I know.
Who's the gray-haired one to your left ear?
Walter Scheck from the Batman Returns.
Oh, I've seen that, and I didn't know.
It's Christopher Walken.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
And then we have Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman right here. Hold on. Let's see if I can find where my arm will clip out. Nope. There's Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. Animated Harley Quinn here from Batman the Animated Series. And then here we have Tom Hardy Bane.
Yeah. Who's the one above him?
This one?
Yeah.
That's Hush.
Hush. Okay.
Mm-hmm. One of Batman, Bruce Wayne's friends when he was younger, who makes himself look like Bruce, like plastic surgery look like Bruce Wayne to start committing crimes and frame him for some reason.
How fun.
And then that's Jason Todd.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Garlic Boys podcast. Matt, as I promised, your new clever rank is the number 14 Mike's Way, which is the Clevy.
The Clevy.
This is based off of the Jersey Mike's sub, which is number 14, the Veggie.
Ah, I see.
If you'd like more from us, including more of that brilliance that just showed off naming conventions, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Garlic Boys, where we are giving you some fresh content and letting you know when new things come from us. You can support us on Patreon, where you can get ad-free access to a bunch of stuff, as well as exclusive stuff, including the new TGB One Shot after show that we're doing, and cut clips from this show, including what I think was at least 20 minutes, which included Matt talking while I left to get my food, and then us talking about our dinner and eating with each other.
That could have been a good in-show thing. Too bad you have to pay us money to listen to it.
Hey, bud, don't frame it like that.
It's worth it, I promise. It's worth it content.
There's a few other bonus clips and things in there that you can just get more goodness from us. But if you'd like to see the video versions of this podcast, you can always go to youtube.com/@thegarlicboys. We also want to shout out Small Beards, Big Opinions. They were a guest on here a few weeks ago, as well as we just did a guest on spot on their show, Histories and Hypotheticals, which is up on their YouTube channel now. Go watch that. Please support the guys. They're awesome. It was a great time. Eddie texted me the other day that we stole Shaner from him. And so if you want to see how we did that, as well as then how we all turned on Shaner later in that episode.
Goodness. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a good episode to check out.
3 in 1. No, yeah, like what? Sorry.
I know, it's wild. It's wild. Matt, do you have a supplementary mom report for this week?
I do actually. It's pretty surprising I have a supplementary mom report. I'm definitely not stalling for time. Michelle Obama.
I feel like I've already done Michelle Obama.
Dang it.
But I mean, we can still do Michelle Obama. Like,
no, now I have to find another one. Now I have to sit here and look on the internet for more famous moms because you've possibly already done Michelle Obama.
Just do another president wife. Just do Jackie Kennedy.
Jackie Kennedy?
What's wrong with Jackie Kennedy? Why are you saying it like that?
Are you Jackie Kennedy? Why would I ever let that name escape my mouth?
I'm not sure, but I think you just said it about 5 times, so I think that's a question you have to ask yourself deeper. I was going to stall and say mine while you were looking up a new one. But I didn't have one, so I was really hoping you'd take a little bit more time.
I'm taking a little bit of time.
You know what? No, I do have one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say it so that you can look one up. Shout out to Hippolyta, Wonder Woman's mom.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's mom.
Who wanted a kid so badly, she shaped one out of clay. Zeus was like, "Hey, that's pretty dope what you just did. I'm gonna make that kid alive." And that's how we get Wonder Woman.
That's how we get Wonder Woman. You know what? My supplementary mom report, Beyonce, the queen bee herself.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Beyonce, listen to our show.
Yeah. And so typically, Matt, this is the spot where I say, do you have any final thoughts? But since I got Chinese food this week, I thought it'd be fun if we ended the show by me reading out my fortune cookie.
Oh, that's good. That's real good. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's better than Sad Libs.
Right. So this week's fortune is: do not fear failure.
That's it?
Yeah. Sorry, your lucky numbers are.
Okay. Thank you for listening to our show. And remember, as always, this thing, Garland.
You just glitched so hard there. It looked like you had too much energy and you shorted out the camera.
I wanted to stop you from saying your lucky numbers.
Stay garlicky.
Stay garlicky.